Baby, check it, I'm in town, so you better come around. I'm on the beach, sunset, with my pina colada silk, just say nobody do it better. Baby, check it, I'm in, so you better come around. I'm on the beach, sunset, with my pina colada silk, just say nobody do it better. Ain't nobody do it better, better. Do you remember the first time you laid your eyes up on me, boy? I could feel it in the air, that should be me. That should make me comply. Hands to the sky, take all my time. Yeah, you was feeling my divine.
First eyes, the thing that made us one who we are. It's the power of touch. It's the power of lust. It's the power. So won't you take your time with me? I'm a gem. Let it be known for clarity. It's a chemical action, perfection, infatuation, seduction. It's the color red.
Baby, check it, I'm in town, so you better come around. I'm on the beach, sunset, with my pina colada silk, just say nobody do it better. Baby, check it, I'm in town, yeah, so you better come around. I'm on the beach, sunset, with my pina colada silk, just say nobody do it better. Ain't nobody do it better, better. Ain't nobody do it better, Ain't nobody do it better, better. Do you remember the first time you laid your eyes up on me, boy? I could feel it in the air, that should be my scariest decoy. That should make me comply. Hands to the sky, take all my time. Yeah, you was feeling my divine, and I cannot deny that you're really that guy. So should I stay or should I go? Cause your loving got me wanting some more. And baby, you know you can stay, rest assured. Cause all I really want is that head. Baby, you can leave it sticky for your icky mommy. If you really want me, you know where to find me. But the north or the coast, but you know I do the Baby, checking Nico Town, yeah. So lazima come around. I'm on the beach, sunset, with my pina colada silk, just say nobody do it better. Baby, checking Nico Town, yeah. So lazima come around. I'm on the beach, sunset, with my pina colada silk, just say nobody do it better. Ain't nobody do it better, better. Ain't nobody do it better, Ain't nobody do it better, better. Yeah, ain't nobody do it better, Ain't nobody do it better, Ain't nobody do it better, better. Hey, you pretty boy, quit playing what you saying. Let me put you on my wall of fame. I'm just saying that it's hella rare for a nigga to pull up in my life. Got me wishing that he'd by my side. I know that it'd be hella mean for me to say that you should be with me and not her, but you already knew I came first. See that night I was hanging with my girls, but we snuck in a combo kiss, touch here and there. And then your sister burst and said her friend was missing, and you had to go and find the other girl. See, I had to go home, and then it turned out to be that the other girl is your girl. Baby, I think you should know. Oh, baby, I think you should know. Oh, baby, check it, I'm in town. So you better come around. I'm on the beach, sunset, with my pina colada silk, just say nobody do it better.
Afternoon with a refreshing live talk show. You are now tuned in to the 254 Millennial Talk.
It's not even my birthday.
I'm very fascinated by it, so I just decided let me continue promoting it so that because a lot of people also follow like what is happening in this space of millennials and what young guys are doing to encourage themselves. So
Truth.
Moja vile amesema, it's a very good initiative because I don't think there's anything else like this one.
Yeah. Hey.
Sante, thank you for that. It's good to know. It's very good information. But yeah, man, I appreciate the support. Yeah, we've started. It's Namloki, guys, and welcome back to yet another episode. As you can hear, the co-hosts are already here. Let me just pull up a couple of lo-fi beats. You know, apparently, I found a Kenyan artist with over 200,000 monthly listeners who makes lo-fi beats on Spotify.
What?
I shit you not. The guy is called Jeff Kale. Jeff Kaale. Jeff Kale. I think one of his songs was on like Casey Neistat's vlog. Yeah, so I was like, wait. I think the reason why I knew he was Kenyan is because now, because Spotify, has launched into Kenya, it keeps suggesting artists who are locally based. So even like the songs you hear me playing before the stream starts are Kenyan. That's why they sound.
This guy is Kenyan.
Yeah, man.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
And it's verified.
Yeah.
What? Bro, I've never heard of this guy. What?
Yeah, man. People are doing crazy stuff out here. It's.
Hey. Okay. Baka, there's even a radio for him. Hey, man, this is sick.
Yeah, man.
There are two playlists here. So, wow, this is nice. Hey,
You guys.
okay.
Hey, guys are doing crazy stuff out here, man. I hope Krypton, because I know Krypton does such stuff, I hope you felt encouraged that you can make it. You don't have to conform to what's considered as Kenyan music. But
To the standard, yeah.
ever since Spotify came to Kenya, I've been discovering like artists with different sounds. Like the one I was playing called Leroux. I don't know. It's like a mixture of some jazz, some R&B,
Leroux.
some
I know Leroux. That's
you know
pretty
her?
awesome.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I heard her songs and I was like, who the hell is this? Like, I've never heard this before. Yeah, man, it's
Leroux,
crazy. Yeah, but it's crazy.
Pretty awesome artists out here,
Yeah, for you artists out here, man, yo, post your music on Spotify. Use DistroKid. It's the cheapest platform. I think it's $20.
And the best.
Yeah. So, my God, it's insane. But as we've heard in the on the co-host panel today, we have Krypton. Was here on the topic of female streamers, but he's back. Krypton, say hi.
Hello guys, what is up? Back here on this amazing podcast, coming to give my 3 cents. An extra cent can't hurt anyone. Thank you very much. Let's go.
All right. Hey, Buddha. And there's just Anad, the guy from Asylum
what's
Radio,
up?
the guy from Geek Speak.
What's up, everybody? Again, as Krypton said, you can't have a million without a cent, so we're just here to contribute some.
Wisdom.
All right, and we have Moji. Moji's an OG hapa. He's been here.
James Karanu, Moje, in the gamer, personality, esports personality. Mine is just to empower Africa the best way I know I can through gaming and esports.
All right, and we have our lovely Miss Peaches.
Yes, hello everyone. Peaches. I love esports. I love doing podcasts, and I like having fun.
Yeah, Peaches, today your mic.
You'll do it out customer care.
Yeah, English, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
So of course we are going to try to maintain English because I understand that I have actually, it's a Brazilian friend of mine who we play with GTA told me, by the way, I like this thing, but sometimes the language is a barrier. So like if you guys maintain English, because some of the topics like we are talking about, they are relevant to all gamers everywhere. So yeah, like the one like this topic today is kind of a relevant thing. So yeah, So yeah, we know. We are very considerate. And then they were to join. I mean, Androva was to come. I don't know. Maybe she forgot. Just another, I think you know her. I think she follows you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's South African. She was to come. I don't know. Maybe she forgot. And also the other one maybe slept.
Maybe it's the time difference.
Oh, the time difference. Yeah.
Lol. Yeah.
But the other one is asleep. I mean, Brazil. He told me he's going to bed to sleep, so I'm pretty sure he's dead asleep. But maybe he'll pop in. But yeah, on the listener side, I can see _bit. Of course, a regular. I mean, you've started becoming a regular. And we have Sad Boy. I've never seen Sad Boy unless this is. This is Red Prince. Yo, stop fucking changing your name every goddamn time you. This guy, man, he has like 1 million names. But
Red Prince. Oh.
yeah, man. Like as you guys know, this episode is sponsored by Skillshare. Be sure to snag yourself a free month worth of Skillshare Premium. You know, anything you want to learn there. I assume it's painting, cooking, 3D animation. Maybe you want to host awesome podcasts like me. You want to make the background graphics, all these things that you see me doing. Yeah, be sure. Okay, I don't know why. I seem to be having problems with my internet today, and let me. Okay,
It's a bit much.
It's not.
but-
wait.
You've
I'm
seen
back. Sorry.
Oh, you're back.
I don't know
Yes,
what's
back,
up
he's
with
back.
my internet.
On bed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's acting up. I don't know. I don't think this is an
one-
issue on the provider because it acts up when I'm streaming. I don't know if it's because I'm uploading on multiple platforms that maybe the router maybe the router becomes hot and it's like, oh man, fuck, I can't handle this. But it happens when I'm
called a
streaming
data
because
package.
normally I don't get issues as much when I'm just on normal
Oh.
usage. But yeah, I'm back. Sorry for that. I think I've said everything I need to say. But so yeah, let's dive into today's topic. Do video games cause violence? You know, we've had many times. We've had this phrase. We've had a negative light or a negative picture being painted on gaming. And us as gamers, as nerds, it kind of sucks because we know, and most of the gamers we know are not those psychotic motherfuckers, blowing up people. Like, it kind of sucks when when you're into something and you understand it and being a part of the community, and then you hear or you just see people painting whatever you guys do as a hobby, as a living, in a negative light. So it becomes annoying and infuriating. But that's why we are talking about this topic today, because I just think that it's kind of important to demystify some of these notions and some of these statements being thrown around about video games being, making people, especially like GTA 5, GTA especially as a franchise has received a lot of backlash because apparently it raises violence and all this stuff. But yeah, that's why we're here to talk about it today, to just demystify about it. So for me, what I think is no, because, based on research, because before I came today to talk about this topic, I did do some research. But yeah, for me, no. I don't know what about the others. What do you guys think? Do video games cause violence?
That's well, I would also like to say short answer, no. But of course, there's that very tiny percentage of people in whatever area where it's a very specific scenario where you have perhaps a child or a young adult who has anger issues, and you're playing whatever game that tends to get very heated up. And you know how gamers are online with the whole trash talking and whatnot. So there's obviously that one in insert large number here chance where you have a kid who gets so ticked off that they want to blow off their steam of the rage that they've accumulated in their matches and go off to beat the street or just within their home area and cause some level of damage. It doesn't necessarily have to be actually hurt.
Some people like get ticked off with the most weird stuff, you know. For some people, maybe it's video games. For some people, it's this and that, you know. So I don't know. I would say maybe for that specific scenario, I just think that boils down to how the person was raised up. Maybe the parents, you know, did not teach them how to deal with their anger. So, you know, some of them like, you know, take it literally. It's just a fucking game, but some of them take it literally. So in that case, I wouldn't say it's the video game. I would say it's more about the person or how the environment the person has grown up in. Because, you know, we've seen kids that when they become angry and you don't correct them, you know. I've seen cases of kids being so dramatic. Oh, in the supermarket, the kid wants this, you know, they start breaking up stuff, throwing stuff on the floor. And some parents look like vulnerable, like they can't do shit about that. So I would say maybe in that specific kind of a case, and then, you know, a video game now becomes a catalyst of the underlying problems that this person has. But yeah, that's a very good point. So I don't know. Just Anad, what about you? What do you think about video games causing violence?
Yeah, I'll go with the same. Short answer is no. But just as you've said, just to reiterate, it's you have to look at any underlying issues that this person has to trigger that violence, because we know that there are people who are very susceptible. There are people who are very easily angered. Yes, thank you. There are people who are very easily angered, like they have anger issues. So playing a video game can easily trigger this, especially if the outcome is not what they expected. Like you see the people who can be playing like even a game like FIFA, not even something violent like Call of Duty or GTA or as I'm playing like right now, Saints Row. You can be playing FIFA with someone. They will lose this match and literally throw a tantrum and throw the controller to the wall, or, you know, like their anger starts showing. So you have to look at the person and if they do have any underlying issues. So that's what I have to say, because there's a lot to take into consideration when somebody turns violent because of something small, you know.
Yeah, and actually for like that case, you've seen people who actually jump on the TV and kick it, like the TV. You know, you've seen these pranks of people pausing like a football match, and the person is so infuriated, and, you know, they decide to break up the TV. You see, so that's why we are saying, like, for that specific kind of a case, it's more about the person himself, not like the game, the football match, video games. They just act as a catalyst, but they are not the initial cause of the person being or the person having violent tendencies. Shuffle PCs, Andy, yeah, nakucheki. What's up? I see you in the comments. Moje ni kama Jimmy, I think maybe something has crept up. But Pitches, what about you? What do you think about you know, this issue of video games causing violence? Pitches. Is Pitches here?
I think, yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
here. I think it's just all perpetrated by what maybe we have we grew up seeing, maybe on the TV or in movies or something. And because kitambo, even before people had video games, they still had anger issues and they still had ways in which walikuwa wanazirelease, right?
Yeah.
And maybe as we are exposed to more forms of releasing anger and people adapt it and they just start to make stereotypes out of such a group, and then so are playing video games causes violent behavior or aggressive behavior. So I don't think they're related in any way. It's just that maybe as we also try to use, because unajua mtu akicheza video game hachezangi ati ndio akuwe stressed, right? Because I'm pretty sure they like their stuff and they don't want to break their stuff because it's expensive.
So you're saying
it's
that most people do play video games to just be relaxed, right? Just translating what you said.
Yeah, I do play video games and I don't play video games to get more stressed. You know, like,
all right, of course.
Having it for relaxation.
But that's an interesting point. Like some of these things that are being invented are just ways that are showing, like they're becoming more ways to express, for people to express who they are. You know, so some of these like personalities, we even see disorders. You know, social media has come to amplify them, to show that these things exist. You know, so maybe some people never knew. Some people are quirky. Some people are funny. Some people are this. You know, the internet is just weird. Like people have their audience regardless of how weird your shit is. I mean, the weirdest thing I've ever seen is, I remember seeing some like compilation of creepy videos, and there was this particular trend of people over smoking themselves to death, and the comment section was filled with the most weirdest shit. Like, this idiot, I like the way he's smoking. You know, I want him to die very soon. I'm like, what? You know? So you see, the internet has really shown what humanity is capable of, you know? And it's only going to get like more and more, you know, we're only going to see more and more weird shit popping up because, you know, these things are just underlying things. It's just that now technology, you know, is showing them. So Moje, I think Moje is back. Moje, what do you think about this issue of, like, you know, video games causing violence?
Well, the truth is, I know the mainstream media really likes painting a lot of like crimes towards like video games, and that they are the cause of the violence. I think case in point, there was a time, I think, when I don't know how many of you know Michael Kademia, but he was the CEO of Gaming for Kenya. So yeah, and everything. There were times when he used to be busy. So when he needed me to represent the brand, I used to show up every time. So there was this article that Standard Media did.
That one.
You remember it? Yeah.
I remember that one.
I'll try and pull it up.
What were they saying?
What happened was the lady who did that article, she actually inquired me for an interview. Like, she wanted me to do talk about like video games, just generally talk about video games, because she didn't specify exactly what I was to talk about. So I just told her how the good side, how it's developing and whatnot. And I did not know the direction she was taking the conversation. Asked me, can you give us instances where video games are directly related to violence? And I just looked at her and I'm like, wait, where is this conversation going? I thought we were talking about about the video game development in Kenya.
And this,
so how the conversation took a 180-degree turn, I just don't know. I didn't understand. And I made sure that, you know, I stayed true to the subject that she had initially told me to talk about. And I was objective about it. So even in the article, at least she did not paint the Gaming for Kenya brand poorly, but she really painted gaming in Kenya very badly in terms of violence. So she's like trying to replicate whatever stories she's getting from mainstream media, you know, from the big mainstream like media organizations, the CNNs, the BBCs, and whatnot, so that she can try and find out what is this also in Kenya. Like, let's see what kind of cases in terms of violence that we have that are caused by video games in Kenya. So I was really disappointed. was really disappointed by the lady and what she did, and yeah, it really ruined our working relationship after that.
And I don't know.
So
Yeah.
a lot of gamers took on Twitter to actually go and to like suppress that campaign she was doing, because everybody was tweeting at her asking her why she would paint gaming this way, while we know how James had actually represented the gaming culture here in Kenya. So
Why?
it actually angered a lot of gamers here locally.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
can I ask you guys
And
a
I-
question? Wait, how old was this lady who was interviewing you? Was it like an older person?
Yeah, genuinely, actually, yeah, probably in her 30s. I don't know if it's late or early, but
How
somewhere
long
in
ago
her
was
30s.
this stuff?
That is, god damn.
This was around, I think, was it 2015? 2015 or 2016 there? Yeah.
Around there.
Yeah, around that time. And that time was when now we were really trying to push the agenda for gaming. And then now here comes someone who is trying to pull all that work that we
hate journalists who do that. Like, you should learn from
Yeah.
hot ones, man. That's how you ask questions. Don't be asking, I don't know, personal stuff, man. It's annoying. It's you're getting into someone's personal business. So
yeah.
I really hate that. But what I think is, and like generally, you will find that it's these traditional adults, the old ones, the really, really old ones, like who have this negative mindset on gaming, like the ones who have these stereotypes of, it's a kid like gamers are kids in their mother's basement, gaming is for nerds, all these weird stereotypes that keep getting thrown around, you'll find it's people who propagate such nonsense that really help, like paint gaming or bring such things. Because I remember Trump was one of them. He was very anti GTA. I don't know, he was like trying to ban GTA 5 or something. I'm not sure, but there was a time I remember Trump was on that campaign and he was like, these bloody
I saw
video
that.
games.
I saw that, yeah.
You see, and it's mostly these old guys. Most young adults.
I'm trying to think. Like,
Different?
for it to be Trump, because I don't think Trump would go out of his way to inquire which games are bad for society. That was something that was definitely whispered to his ear, because that's not something he cares about, obviously.
Yeah.
Of course. But now you see,
it's just,
looking at the
yeah.
people who surround him, it's people I think around his age. So obviously, all of them have that stupid mentality of, I don't know, video games promote violence and all this stuff. But it sucks for you old guys. If like you're like above a certain age, maybe these things were not in your era. Like, I just hope you can change your mindset and stop assuming that. Like, do your own research. Because I've seen situations where, especially like in Kenya, I've seen situations where, parents are really negative towards, games, video games. And they will be like, oh, you just, you spend all day on that fucking thing. You don't do this, you don't do that. I don't know, go out there and get a job, such stuff, So I think when we have such stuff going on, you see, it really demoralizes, or it really paints a negative picture, because, like when those parents are out there discussing with their fellow friends or with their fellow age peers, age mates, they are probably like, me, my kid, I don't let him play video games. I don't know this and this and that, because, I saw this story of, because me, I remember my dad, Walai had pissed me off, man. I don't know. He was saying, what are these movies you watch? I think even a friend of mine told me something like that. Like the parents said something like that. I don't know what are these movies you guys keep watching that, you plan to kill people. I don't know. There was this situation of this serial killer who killed like the whole family. I don't remember when exactly.
Oh, that Lawrence Gahiga.
Yeah, man. And then
Yeah.
And then parents around you are like, what are these movies you guys are watching? Huh? Yeah,
But the funny thing, I think about that case, they were saying that it was inspired by pop culture. That he was inspired by, I don't know, was it a book or something that he had read? So he got the ideas from there, and that's how he proceeded to
But now you
execute
see-
his mission.
But now you see, okay.
so-
But now you see, it's not that the pop culture is the problem. It's an underlying psychotic problem this guy has.
Yeah.
which is like fueled, or like games and pop culture act as a catalyst. It's not that these things are bad. It's just that the person has a mental issue. So if maybe they had sat down and because it's really hard to detect psychopaths, because I think his case is like another case of this guy called I know there's this documentary on Netflix called Don't Fuck with Cats. I forget the killer's name. Some guy who was inspired by a movie. You know, he chopped up some Asian guy, ate him. I don't know, like he like mailed the head to the Prime Minister of Canada. I don't remember. I don't remember his name, but such people exist. Of course, maybe they will use movies as references, but when it gets to a point, someone is so obsessed with how, like, you know, the movie was, you know, like how this character was killing people. Like maybe he watches like something like Hannibal Lecter, and he goes out there and decides to practice this stuff. You see, at the end of the day, it's not that the movie is bad. It's just that this guy has an underlying condition in his head, because I don't think there's a normal person who we meet every day, or normal people who we meet every day would react in that kind of a way. Like, when is the last time you guys watched or you guys played a violent game, and then one of you know,
it's going to be attributed.
You see, and you know, they played this video game on the phone, and you know, they got inspiration to go chop. I'm like, what? You see, even when you take your time and just look into most serial killers and murder cases, you will find that most of them are not even people who stay in the house as much. It's just regular people who you'll just meet and say hi to. And then, you know, when it comes out, when the truth comes out that these people are actually psychotic, people are surprised. Like, yo, this guy is just a normal guy. Like, he used to say hi and all this stuff. You see? So, I don't know why. And there was an article. I think I have some links. I'll drop them on the comment section. Let me just copy them. There's an article by CBC News. Let me paste it on my YouTube comments and Twitch. There's an article by CBSN News, when they were like, you know, let me see. Give me a sec. I need to pull up my screen. I'll just pull up my screen. So you see, so Trump, actually it was like fact check. The title was fact check. Trump suggests video games to blame for mass shootings. See, so these are the things we were saying, or these are the things we were talking about earlier. When such big officials, people with so much influence, come out and start saying such garbage, you see. So Trump was saying one way to prevent future mass shootings suggested that was to take a firm stance against violent video games. We must stop the glorification of violence. So when these people are saying like we are glorifying violence, what do they mean? We're trying to normalize it or something like that. I think that's what they mean. Like we like these things make us numb towards violence.
That's
I don't
exactly
know
what they mean.
But are you kidding me? Are you telling... Dude, I know gamers who can't even see the sight of blood. And then how does this normalize violence? Some people hate blood so much. I think that article was from The Guardian. This one was for Trump. Give me a sec. I think that article was from The Guardian, if I'm not wrong. Playing video games doesn't lead to violent behavior. Yes, this article was from The Guardian. I've posted it. Yes, I'm happy. I posted it on the comment section. You can just click it. So playing video games doesn't lead to violent behavior, study shows. So I was saying video games do not lead to violence or aggression, according to reanalysis of data gathered from more than 21,000 young people around the world. The researchers, led by Aaron Drummond from New Zealand, Massey's University, re-examined 28 studies from previous years that looked at the link between aggressive behavior and video gaming, a method known as meta-analysis. The news report published in the journal Royal Society Open Science on Wednesday found that when bundled together, the study shows statistically significant but minuscule positive correlation between gaming and aggression, below the threshold required to count as even small effect. Yeah. Thus, current research is unable to support the hypothesis that video games have meaningful long-term predictive impact on youth aggression, the report said. So yeah, you can go through that article, but it's a really good one, you see. So for those people who maybe might be out there watching and they're like, these guys don't even know what they're talking about, there's your proof, you know. And there's more articles which I'll be sure, let me just link all of them, because I did some extensive research before coming here to just make sure to be clear on this specific topic. But the other one also was from The Guardian. People who play violent video games are less affected by distressing images, studies show. So that's with I think the normalization part. But I don't know. I've just posted the links on the comment section. So if you want to look more into it, go have fun.
While you're speaking, I was just thinking back to I think it was 2 or 3 podcasts ago when you were talking about the female gamers and then the toxicity within the gaming community. So I would imagine if anybody is going to be violent as a result of playing a game, it would be because of the toxicity that they faced within that particular gaming session. So it's not inherently because of the game that they were playing, but because of the interactions that they were having that might have instigated some level of anger following some underlying anger issues or just problem-solving issues. Because that, to me, would be the only way somebody would be violent.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a very interesting.
Yeah, and it goes back to like the FIFA point. You know, FIFA inherently, it's a football game, but you do have people who rage. And sometimes, fine, you can rage because I get upset because you lost. Fair enough. But if you felt the need to be violent about it, one, either you have some problem, or two, not only do you have a problem, but because of maybe if it was online and you're chatting and the other person is dissing you and roasting you and insulting you, then that could potentially, lead you to be a bit more violent than the next person. But it's not necessarily the game's fault. Perhaps, devil's advocate, it was an avenue for the violence to happen, but not fundamentally the cause of it. And neither does the game in itself promote it.
Actually, I have an article pulled up on the screen right now that is talking about violence prevention. And so what they're saying is risk factors are characteristics linked with youth violence, but they are not direct. They are not the direct cause of youth violence. So I can see they've listed a couple of individual risk factors. So for someone for you to identify violent tendencies, there's this. They're saying that the person A must maybe have a history of violent victimization, attention deficits or hyperactivity or learning disorders, history of early aggressive behavior. So like you've said, Krypton, involved with drugs, alcohol, which I would say is a very big contributor, because when someone is high, they're usually not thinking straight. Low IQ and poor behavior control, deficits in social, cognitive or information processing abilities, high emotional distress. I think that's what you meant, Krypton, when the toxic environment. Antisocial beliefs and attitudes. So these are people like these guys with white masks who used to, these racist motherfuckers or Nazis and all this stuff. Exposure to violence and conflict in the family. So that's for individual risk factors. So there's a lot of them. But I can see they've even listed protective factors. So yeah, just go through that article. I've listed it. Let me post. I think I've not posted this one. CDC. Yeah, I've posted it on the comment section. The article from the CDC. Just go through it. At least it helps you demystify or just learn a little bit more about violence, I think I'll recommend a books. I've been getting into a habit of reading books. There's a book called Why We Kill: Understanding Violence Across Cultures. So understanding violence across cultures and disciplines. So go read that book, maybe understand why some people are psychopaths and all that stuff. So it's a good book if you're interested in the psychology of killers and all that stuff. So so Slutty is saying we rage because we know the other guy sucks. Facts. Slutty always being funny. But I don't know. I think we've listed so many stuff to demystify that nonsense of, violence. I don't know, because we play. I mean, come on, we play the most battle royales. The main thing about battle royales is you kill each other until the last person survives. Yet none of us are out here killing each other. None of us are out here, chopping each other, and Yeah, man. I mean, Call of Duty, dude. Have you seen the clever ways in which people find to finish off teammates and rivals? And I mean, none of these guys, or most of these guys, are not serial killers. Most of these guys are just your average Joe. You see, and it's fun. It's fun, though. In the defense of maybe a reason as to why maybe like gaming sometimes is portrayed in a negative light. I would say that gaming does indeed have its own side effects. Gaming is addictive itself. Some people end up getting messed up through gaming. I've seen situations where people, I don't know, I saw a case of some guy who shot up a supermarket. I don't know, was in love with like the video game character. And he was like, I have to, kill myself after I'm done doing this so that I can reunite with my like gaming character and all that stuff, So I've seen cases where, like, though I would still say this is the person, because rarely will you ever find some people who can distinguish video games from real life. And I think there was an episode on Netflix. I keep forgetting. I don't know if it's Love, Death, Robots or it's. There was this episode. I don't know with the series. I keep forgetting what the series name was called. But there was a specific episode where there was these two characters. Like one was playing as a female, one was playing as a guy, and it was the guys who were acting. It was Anthony Mackie and another well-known black actor. So I know in the game they used to kiss and all this stuff. So, and the other guy was like obsessed, and like he wanted to like validate whether those feelings they feel in the game were true and all that stuff. I don't know. Has anyone watched that stuff from Netflix?
No, I don't
no.
think I have.
I'm pretty sure you've seen. Wait. This series, the one that, do you remember there was like an episode with Miley Cyrus where she was stunned.
Oh, Black Mirror.
Yes. That's the the episode.
Incredible series.
You remember that episode for like the one Anthony Mackie was, with the other guy. So you see, so there are such cases where some people don't know how to dissociate from like a game, like with actual reality, and I would say that's more of a mental problem. So I think first of all, solving some of these violent things, we have to, as a society, make mental health awareness be something like people know about, and people like make people understand that there's these people with mental disorders. There's people that if you put in a certain environment, their heads are going to get messed up, So again, it just proves that the video game is the catalyst to who the person is or what the underlying defects the person has. It's not that the game is causing you to do it. It's more of the person and whatever is going through their heads, They're the ones choosing to do it, or they're the ones who are choosing to follow through with weird, fantasies and weird ideologies. I was seeing a video of like weirdest Craigslist ads. And there was this guy who had posted, I don't know, I want to eat someone. I've always felt like I'm a cannibal, and someone actually showed up and was willing to die and was eaten and all that stuff. So you see, there's such people in society.
What?
I
Yeah,
did hear
man.
about that.
The early days of the internet were crazy, man. The days where the deep web was actually something, not right now. So yeah, man,
Someone
it was
showed
crazy.
up and they were eaten.
Yes, man, and the guy was arrested, but
So someone gave someone else consent to eat them.
Yep.
So did they kill the guy, Amani?
of course you can't be eaten alive. You have to.
Maybe okay. Your hands are slow with maybe an arm. Let me taste an arm or something. Pasaya Katenya. Like, okay.
That has graduated from bizarre to demonic.
Get the garlic.
Krypton Slutty says hi. Gizmos
Hey,
is saying,
Slutty.
I don't know, Gizmos is saying violence gone. What violence? Let me see. Yeah, so Nemo is saying that video games are video games. If you can't tell the difference, you just have a mental problem. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I don't know. I don't see it any other way. If you can't honestly tell between the difference of not only video games, even movies. Man, I keep forgetting the killer of that Don't Fuck With Cats. Because there's one also it's called
my
Don't Fuck With
goodness.
Cats. Eh?
Don't fuck with cats on the internet.
Yes, this one also it's called Don't Fuck With Cats is because this guy started out drowning kittens and then feeding a cat to a python. My God, I'm telling you, Netflix has the weirdest shit ever.
I know. But also this kind of
Yes,
reminds me
I've remembered
back-
his name, Luca Magnotta, Canadian guy who decided to eat a Chinese guy.
Wow.
I mean,
But you guys
I
also
know Chinese
remember
food is good.
you guys also remember when we were kids, yeah? With wrestling. How we'd imitate wrestling moves. So was that violence? Because we are actually trying to imitate violent moves.
I would say that's to
that
imitate.
board.
I would say that's to imitate the coolness of the mood of the move because it's like imitating yeah, because it's like you remember this thing we used to call scramble with a bike, like umepiga scramble,
Oh, yeah.
like
Mhm.
you see.
Yes.
Yeah,
In that
drift,
case, yeah, drifting. Yes,
Yeah.
drifting. You see, in that case, you're just trying to imitate a car drifting. You see, because it makes you feel good.
Plus,
Yeah, I wouldn't
we
necessarily
weren't doing
say-
it because we wanted to hurt our friends. We were doing it because we saw it was cool. And we were just trying to replicate it. But we didn't have the intent of hurting. And that's, I think, the huge difference between us then and people, I guess, who assume that, you know, because you're going to play a game, okay, I'm just going to collect my M50 and go out and shoot people
Go-
because I did it in Call of Duty.
Ah man, but it's crazy. But I don't know, it's these old guys who keep propagating this nonsense. Just see Radson is awake. Radson, come and speak here. Slut is saying violence where it's violence when you get downed by a raid main when they teabag
Lol.
you. This guy just means it's like a thing people say. People woke up with violence. Doesn't mean the literal, like, you know, you woke up and went on a killing spree.
Yeah, it's metaphoric.
Yes, it's just a metaphor. It's a metaphor. But yeah, man. I see we only have like 2 minutes before 6. But I don't know. Maybe each one of you can be saying whatever they feel like they can conclude with. I don't think that's on will join. But closing remarks or closing points.
Okay. For me, I think this one goes to the mainstream media and all those guys that are, you know, doing hate journalism in their own right, maybe so that they can keep their jobs or something like that of the sort. I don't know. But I'd say, I think as Neil deGrasse said, there's a difference between personal truth and objective truth. So the thing is, it's good to have a variety of both so that you find what is the underlying cause of
But
the
can you
whole thing.
But can I ask you, can you define like what's personal truth and what's objective truth?
Personal truth is like what you think is right, like in your own view.
So it's
But
based on
objective truth
feelings.
is
It's
what
based
is-
on.
yes.
It's more like an
Yes,
opinion.
Yes, it's the bias is based on like someone's preference or feelings.
Okay.
But objective truth now is the actual truth, like how is it on the ground?
So in short, a ball is round. A ball is not a
Yeah.
square. Simple as that.
Exactly. Yeah, I think I may be going to another different subject, but it's like the debate between is the earth round or is it flat? You know, those kind of things. And it was funny enough to find that there are people who actually think the earth is flat. But anyway, that's a story for another day.
It's called the internet. It's called the internet,
yeah.
mate.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I think for me is just they should look at the both sides of the coin and just come with facts, come with proper facts. Don't come with the feelings and you know, try to demonize gaming as a whole just because maybe you don't like it or you feel like you don't want kids to participate in it or anything of the like. I think just because of the violence that you've seen the game has. Primarily, I think when I was doing that article, I particularly told that lady, whatever these kids do or they play, of course, it's their preference, it's their choice, and the responsibility of taking care of, the child's behavior is upon the parent, 100%. I know there are people who are also affected in a certain way just because of playing video games, but I think, as the saying goes, charity begins at home. To govern them, I think that's the right word, will determine, of course, whether it's true the video games are actually affecting them or not. And I think also just going now to wind up, people who are violent, some of them, of course, play video games, but it is not the cause. It's not the cause of their violence. So there's a distinction between causation and correlation, if that makes sense. Because a person who is violent or maybe has committed murder or anything of the sort, we may have something in common in that we play video games. It's the same as we all eat food, we all go to sleep, that same thing. So it does not mean that just because he plays video games and I play video games that I am also violent just like he is. That is totally unfounded. So yeah, I think that's me closing.
Very good points. Very, very, very good points. Very, very good points there. So just an ad, man. What's your closing point? What's your closing remarks?
My closing remarks, I'll just reiterate something that was said, I think, by Peaches. We play games for fun. We play video games for fun. And that is something that I always try to put out there, even when I'm doing my streams, I'm playing games. As much as there's violence in the game, this is not real life. Like we have this understanding that even if we are shooting somebody in the head and feeling good about it, we realize that this is not an actual person. This is just code and mechanics and things like that. So there's that separation. There's that separation between I'm playing a video game and there's real life stuff, like even the gore or the mechanic, like it's not like real life. As you said, there are people who see blood and pass out, and I'm kind of one of those people because I get very squeamish around blood. But when I'm playing a video game, my reality is not I'm seeing an actual person being shot or being murdered or whatever is happening. So there's a separation between reality and video games. And for somebody who's sane, I'd like to think I'm sane, I can clearly see that. But unfortunately, there are people who can't see the line between that. And that is where you should really look into the background of someone who's gone on a murder spree because of a game, who's raging because of a game. It's not the game's fault. It's usually there's an underlying issue, and it's unfortunate that it is the game, it is the platform of the game that has sprung up this issue to be prominent, that it's bringing out this side of this person. So if you cannot separate between games and reality, there's already an underlying issue that is there. Because it's not only games, even movies have inspired some people, because there are people who go to court and say, yeah, I watched this movie, it looked badass, and I wanted to do the same thing. But later on, when they look into it, they find that this person has an underlying issue that led them to not see the difference between that this is fiction and the reality does not work in the same way. So video games do not promote violence in short, but you hate. And it's unfortunate that and it's unfortunate even after they find out, like some of the cases, they find out that, oh, it wasn't the video game that caused this, they won't go back to rectify the article or the news. It will just stay out of the media. And at this point now, people who even find the article in future will be like, yeah, see, like this is what they caused. So they won't find the part where they say, oh, we are sorry, like this person was found to be, having these issues on the side or something. So
and especially now, like, internet creates information loops. So meaning like echo chambers where people, like, because you can choose what to consume, you find that people just and Shuffle PCs has said this in the comment section, people like negative news. So some of these articles really have catchy negative titles that attract, which is weird. It's the weirdest phenomenon I've ever seen about human beings, that we love, I don't know, we love spreading, people are addicted to negativity, which is weird.
Yeah.
But yes, so you see how when someone comes up with a catchy negative title, like something that is negative towards gaming, you see how this will spread like wildfire, So very good points from Just Anad. Krypton, and then Peaches will conclude.
I don't have much to say. I think the first two have said what I was going to say, but I'll just summarize by, like, if you do notice that, there's somebody that who might be prone to some levels of anger, not necessarily in order to do something violent, but just it gets a bit more heated than a normal casual banter. Check on them, just check on your homies, check on your friends. And if perhaps you're playing online and you notice that there's somebody who gets easily triggered, try not to trigger them just for the sake of it. Maybe at that one point in time you prevented that person from doing something irrational. So yeah, that's what I'll say.
All right, good points too. Peaches, conclude as I am about to end the show.
Okay, so I just think that before you say something is bad, just try it. If you can, if you hear that people are saying playing video games will cause violence and all that, and you have a kid at home who plays video games, try them. If they make you violent, then probably, there's a chance. But just don't go around believing what everyone says. I'll give you a short summary. When we were having dinner last night, my mom told me, you should always eat fruits before you start eating food. And then I was like, why? Who told you that's actually true? And she's like, yeah, it's been passed all around WhatsApp and all that. And I'm like, that's not how food works. We all know how food works. It will all end up in the stomach, and it will only be one big juicy mess. But whenever you hear anything going around, just do your research and make sure that before you endorse it or act on it, you have the full information. Just don't do anything because others are doing it.
I think what you're trying to say is like those information bubbles that I was talking about earlier. You see, WhatsApp is a good example of an information bubble. And this is something I even told my mom to stop forwarding me this. Oh, danger, there's this new scam. And I was like, yo, what are these groups you're in that keep sending you this garbage? You see? So, yes, these are the information bubbles we are talking about. Get out of your comfort zone. Do some research before you do something in public. Go do some research. I've listed all the articles. I've posted all the links to, about this, video games and all this with violence. So go do your research like that. Just don't take our word and be like, oh, this is the actual truth. Go question. Information needs to be questioned for it to be validated, like as the truth. So yeah. So good points from all of you. Thank you for coming. So Shem is saying, I don't know who has read Catharsis and uses ABD gratification theories. I find that the best way to explain violence in human behavior. That's the best way to explain violence in human behavior. I don't know. I'll shuffle pieces. I could see in the comment section. Slati was even on the listeners, but he's gone now. We have Ratson and we have Shem. And Discord. I don't know. Is anyone else experiencing this bug? Why does my Discord keep doing this? So you guys can still hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I've shown it on the screen. I don't know. Sometimes it just goes onto the loading screen. But you guys, and I can hear guys, and you guys can hear me. I don't know. But it's annoying. So the listeners,
does it make you angry?
Does it make what?
Does it make you what? Did it make you angry? Does it make you want to do some non-violent actions?
No. It's just an annoying thing that I wish would stop happening. But I can see on the listeners on Discord we have Zeno _bit, Grim Sherlock, Otaku Sensei, Lance, aka Nal, Mavo, Sean, Sad Boy, that's Red Prince, Miss Quiet. Miss Quiet, I told you, yo, you need to be speaking on this panel. And we have Mark. So, yeah, Miss Quiet, stop acting like your name. You're not Miss Quiet. We all know you're not Miss Quiet. So, yeah, for the people listening or for the people watching on YouTube, this show is always converted to a podcast, so you can go follow up. By the way, let me post the RSS link. I found out that you can even listen on VLC if you just post the RSS link. So let me just post the RSS link. You guys can go find it. I'll post it on the Discord server on the I think on the socials page. But if you paste if you go on VLC, I don't know if I can demonstrate that. Just give me a sec. It should be on a sticky note somewhere here, that link. I don't remember where I placed it. But thanks all of you for coming. I found it. Yes. Found it. Yes, so on VLC, let me just open VLC. If you don't want to listen on Spotify directly, or if you just don't want the hassle of opening our website, I'm pretty sure everyone has VLC. So let me just show you. So when you open VLC, when you go to podcast, this section called podcasts, if you click on the plus page, now I'd already added it. If you click on the plus page, it should bring up this window. You just need to paste that RSS link that I've pasted on the comment section, and you should see all the podcast episodes listed there, so you can just listen in the background as you do your own thing. Okay, so the show is available on Mixcloud. Please refrain from posting links. Connie, you posted a link. Why is
no, I didn't. I was just trying to add someone, but I forget how it works. Actually, it's cool.
So Amazon Music, Mixcloud, Apple, Spotify. So yeah, man. Again, if you have any queries, if you have any suggestions, be sure to message the bot, and I'm pretty sure it's going to reply back. Right now, it has that added functionality. So, yes, I don't think I have anything else to say. So if you enjoyed the show, be sure to drop a like. A like helps push the video to others, beat the YouTube algorithm. I don't know how true that is, but I've never. I think that's something maybe I should look.
It is.
It's true.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is. I've noticed. I don't know. YouTube keeps changing that algorithm. I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, because I keep seeing every YouTuber, hey, like, and I'm like. So I'm not sure. I'm not so sure about it because I'm not sure because like YouTube changes that thing a lot, like you said. So.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have anything else to say other than I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.
Bye, everybody.